Good morning, everyone. My name is. If you could choose how many days a week to work without reducing your salary, which would be best? 6 days, 5 days, or 4 days? 100 years ago, employees would work 6 days a week and more than 10 hours a day in the United States. Henry Ford, who established the Ford Motor Company, introduced the idea of a 5-day and 40-hour work week in 1926. Some years after the stock market crashed, a 40-hour work week and a 2-day weekend were mandated by the law in the United States. Now, it was in 1940. Now it is 2023. We can get information quickly through the internet. We can meet on Zoom. We can submit assignments on Canvas, right? Do we still have to work for 5-day and 40-hour work week as well as in 1940? A 4-day work week is an alternative to the traditional 5-day work week, and some companies have already implemented it. We may need to know why they decided to keep it. I learned about the 4-day work week last semester and have researched it. Then I was convinced of growing interest in its significant benefits. So today, this presentation is divided into 3 parts to introduce the 3 benefits of a 4-day work week: increasing productivity, protecting the environment, and improving mental health. First, let's begin with increasing employee productivity. Several companies that had a 4-day work week have testified about the increased productivity of their employees. For example, in 2019, Microsoft Japan cut the working hours and reduced the meeting time from 60 to 30 minutes. The impact was dramatic. The productivity skyrocketed over 40%. And as another example, in 2022, 33 companies in the United States and Ireland had the trial for 6 months. And they also achieved great success in the same way as Microsoft Japan. Moreover, in the same year, 70 companies in the United Kingdom conducted the trial and have success in the same way as Microsoft Japan. Likewise, some companies in Spain, Belgium, Australia, and New Zealand had the trial and experienced the same great result. In the second part, I would like to talk about how adopting a 4-day work week can help slow down climate change. In the article, The Climate Benefits of a 4-day work week, the writers state, Juliet Shaw, an economist and a professor of sociology at Boston College, claims greenhouse gas will reduce if we change the work schedule to a 4-day work week. In other words, commuting is a promoter of environmental pollution. In 2012, she reported if the working hours shortened 10%, carbon emissions would decrease by 8.6%. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, more than 1/4 of US carbon emissions were from the transportation industry in 2020. But when we received stay-at-home orders at the beginning of the pandemic, carbon emissions dropped significantly, 17%. Let's move to the last part. In this part, I will explain how a 4-day work week improves mental health. Sweet said in her article that throughout the trial of a 4-day work week in the UK last year, employees experienced a reduction in stress, anxiety, burnout, and fatigue, and sleep problems. The study reported over 40% of workers improved mental health. Similarly, companies who experimented with the trial in the United States and Ireland encountered the same result. About 30% of workers reported the work stress was reduced. One more thing. Rachel Green, a mental health writer at Very Well Mind, said in her article that employees who had the trial testified they felt happier. For example, they spent more time with their families and friends and had more time for their hobbies. So they increased their well-being. In this presentation, I have introduced the 3 benefits of a 4-day work week: increasing productivity, protecting the environment, and improving mental health. However, a 4-day work week is not feasible for all companies and industries like us. So it is a good time for us as future workers to consider and evaluate its potential benefits. So I want to ask you again what I asked you at the beginning of this presentation. If you could choose how many days a week to work without cutting off your salary, which would be best? 6 days, 5 days, or 4 days? Thank you for listening.